The smoking guitar player from Tasty Licks Barbecue in Shillington, Pennsylvania. How you doing? Hey, guess what I got here? Mr. Harris Sue, #1 pitmaster in all the land. And we're going to cook one of his dishes from his website today. And Harry, what are we going to cook?
Okay, we have the SlapYoLicious cornbread.
Go ahead, explain.
It's made its rounds all around the country. You need to try it. It just has 7 simple ingredients, 5 dry ingredients, and 3 wet ingredients. You mix it all together, throw it on your pit, and look at that golden goodness right there.
Hey, okay, so that's what we're gonna make. SlapYoLicious cornbread. Here we go. Here we go, Harry.
Let's do it. Yay! Yeah, thank you.
Okay, folks, so we're going to make our cornbread. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you everything we're going to use today to make the cornbread. So right over here, I got it all on this table. If I can get my cameraman to come over here. We got some kosher salt. We got yellow cornmeal. We got AP flour. That means all-purpose. I got sugar, regular old white sugar. I got large eggs. I got some squirty butter. Now, if you're into competition barbecue, Johnny Trigg calls this sweet butter, but it's actually Parquet margarine. I got baking soda, baking powder, buttermilk, and real butter. Now, some brown sugar. We might try a little brown sugar in one, and vegetable oil. Now we got our tools. Spatulas, a brush to brush our butter inside our pans there to lube them. You know what that is? A whiskey. Then we got this, a mixing bowl, our Dutch oven coming over here. I got a timer, some toothpicks. We're going to use those to test when it's done. Some measuring cups and spoons, and a bunch of different kind of pans. Cast iron pans. Look at this baby from Camp Chef. Look at that. It makes some nice wedgies. I got a skillet, a cast iron skillet, a non-stick pan. And I got a bunch of different size aluminum pans. We're going to play around with those too. So we're going to make the cornbread now. Okay, folks, so we're going to make our cornbread on our grill, but we got to light up our big green egg. That's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to light the big green egg, and I got myself Luffy, the Luftlighter, and that's what I'm going to use. And let me show you some other stuff we're going to use today. Down here we got our restaurant charcoal. That's what we put inside our big green egg. We got our plate setter. We got our deluxe 15-inch baking stone and our 3 super riser blocks, super ceramics. Okay, so let's light this big green egg up right now. Watch this, baby. Here it goes. We're going to do this in real time and let you see how long it takes. And once we get this thing going, we're going to set this up for baking, which is plate setter, legs down, 3 riser blocks, and the baking stone on top. I made a little divot in here, and I hold it just so it's close. I don't put it against. You put it against, you ruin your Luffy. Luffy, Luffy! Now you're hearing a lot of car noise. That's because we're outside in front of the store. The cars keep driving by. I wish they'd stop for me, but they don't. That was a truck. Superheated air is coming out of the front of this thing, and it's going to light that truck on like you wouldn't believe. What are we, maybe a minute now? We're at maybe a minute. I'm starting to hear some crackling. And we're going to get this going pretty good. Anything happening in there, Tom? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Down in there, you can see a lot of action. Look at that. Look how that started. I'm going to keep it going. So we're at maybe a minute or 2. It's starting to put out some hot sparks. There it is. Of course, we got our bottom of our egg open and the top open. We're going to close it. We're going to let it get up to about 400 and some degrees. Maybe I'll give it another shot. Man, that sucker is really rocking. Okay, we're going to shut our egg and let it come up to temperature, 425 degrees. Okay, and now we're going to start up our pellet grill. We're going to put some cornbread on our pellet grill also. So there it is outside, and here's what I'm going to do. On, and there it goes. Now she'll fire herself up. She'll come up to about 150 degrees, and then we'll run her up to 400 just on our little digital thing here, and it'll tell us exactly what it is. We never got to go outside until we put the food in. It's time to mix our batter. I got everything together, and let's mix it now. Okay, here's our mixing bowl and our whiskey thinger. So first we're going to start beating the eggs and mix in the oil and the buttermilk. Now this recipe, by the way, is going to be on our website in the recipes section, and this video is going to be on our website in the video section. So first we're going to beat the eggs like this here. Look, I'm going to break them. I'm going to try not to get them all over the place. Okay? Beat the eggs. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Rock. Okay, settle down. Now, I'm supposed to beat the eggs and mix in the oil and the buttermilk. So here's the oil. Oh, goody. And here is our thick, delicious buttermilk right here, look. I'm going to mix that all together. I should have a mixer, then I won't have to work as hard. Now the oil wants to separate, but now it's mixing it. Now it tells us to mix up our dry ingredients. Am I centered there, camera person? Combine the dry ingredients. Here we got sugar, yellow cornmeal, AP flour, baking soda and baking powder, and kosher salt. I'm going to mix them up like this here. Look at that. Am I on camera there, camera person? Alright. Remember, lots of other good recipes at TastyLicksBBQ.com. I think I've got them mixed pretty good. Now it says, gradually mix the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. Oh, I kind of have this set up to go the other direction. I got the wrong stuff in the wrong bowl. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to gently mix these in, like this here. Put some in, and then I'm going to start mixing. How am I doing, camera person? Gently mix them in. More. I think I'm going to do this in 3 dumps. Does that sound about right? Gradually mix the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. We're getting there. Now this is going to be like a batter when it's done, I hope. And here goes the rest of the wet ingredients into the dry. We're going to bake this in a Dutch oven. We're going to do it, and also a regular traditional pan. We're going to split it in half, this batter in half. Now you see it's a little lumpy, but it's starting to get separated. Maybe I should use the whisk, I'm not sure, but I'm going to keep using this. I'd much rather use a mixer. This is a lot of work. You know, us barbecue guys, you know, we like to use every tool available to us. Okay, you see what we got. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to prep our, we're going to check to see if our grills are hot enough, and we're going to prep our pans. We're going to oil them down with some butter, maybe some margarine, I don't know, maybe some stuff. We're going to use a Dutch oven, and we're going to use another pan that I haven't picked out yet. One of those ones on the table with me. Okay, there it is. As you see, this is like a thick batter, but it's really nice stuff, and it works really good. Okay, so we'll let you know when we got everything ready to go. We got our baking set up here with our riser blocks and our pizza stone. We got our Dutch oven is already been heated up, and we're putting some butter in there. We're going to push it around a little bit, and we're going to let that melt, and then we're going to pour our batter right into the hot Dutch oven with the butter already in it. I'm using my little cup as a tool. Okay? Okay, that's going to melt, and we're going to go get the batter and put it in there. Okay, so it's time to put our batter in here. You can see our butter's melted real nice, and this should be hot enough that it almost sizzles when it goes in. We're going to put it in, and we're going to bake this to perfection. Now, leg is on not level ground here, so it's going to be a little weird. It's going to get a little higher on the one spot, but maybe that'll level itself out. Let's make sure we get it all in there. Every last little bit of cornbread goodness. There it goes. You see our butter down there? We're going to come out and turn it in a couple minutes. We're going to rotate that Dutch oven so that it gets even. There you go, 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. We're going to take this one here in the pan, and we're going to put it in our pellet grill. We got our pellet grill at 400 degrees. And there it goes. And there she is. Okay, so we're going to test our cornbread to see if it's done. Now what you do is you put a toothpick down in the center, and if it comes out dry, it's done. Now, I could use a toothpick, but I got this like $100 instant read thermometer, so I'll use that. That's the Maverick PT100 barbecue thermometer. Oh, that looks like it might be done. That is done. We're going to take that in. That came out completely dry. Even though it looked kind of moist, it's probably just moist. And look at that brown crust around there from that butter in our cast iron Dutch oven. Okay, so let's take it in and see what it gets like and taste it. Okay, folks, time to check the one in our pellet grill. Now this one we added a little brown sugar to the formula, and look at that. Perfectly done. 15 minutes, 400 degrees. We're going to take that in, cut it up, see what it tastes like. Okay. Okay, we're going to check and see if that cornbread's done on our big green egg. Oh, it looks beautiful. Now, I normally just stick a toothpick in the center, but today I'm going to use my $100 toothpick, my Maverick thermometer. I'm going to stick it right down in there. If it comes out dry, it's done, and it did. Plus, it's registering over 200 degrees, which is completely baked. So I'm going to pull it off, we're going to take it inside, cut it up, and eat it. Okay, folks, so you know, we made our cornbread 3 different ways. Now let me just show you. This one, we added some brown sugar. And look, it got brown. It also got really black along the edges over here, but I'll bet that's gonna be good. Now, oh, that smells good. This one we made in our Dutch oven. We put the butter in there and it's got that buttery crust around the edges. I don't know if you can see that, but we're gonna taste it. And then this one here, we use self-rising flour instead of the AP flour and the baking soda and baking powder. It smells good, but it didn't get as brown for some reason. But it is done. That one's still hot. Okay, so let me try cutting a couple of these up. Can you put the camera down here? One here. You got this? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm gonna try cutting a couple of these up. I'm gonna start with the brown sugar one and see what happens. Now I could take it out and just flip it over like a loaf, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna just do this right here. Look at that there. Let's cut that one across the center. What do you think, folks? That looks pretty good. Pretty darn good. Now, let's try the Dutch oven and see what happens. Now this one here, we could flip the whole thing upside down and it would come out. But what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to cut it like this here. And like this here. I'm going to cut myself a wedgie. Look at that. Perfect. Look at the look, beautiful on the bottom. Okay? And then, this one here, which was done with the self-rising flour. Now, let's cut that one across here. This one's still hot. Like this here. Cut it in half and lift it out. This one feels lighter and spongier. Okay? Now, camera person, now it's time to do some tasting. How are we looking? We got me back on camera there, the star back on camera. Okay, so I'm going to taste them first. Then I'm going to take them downstairs where Mr. Harry Sue is giving a barbecue class. We're gonna sneak up on him and let him taste them in front of the whole class. But let me taste this one first. This one had the butter on the bottom in the cast iron. I gotta tell you, that is so moist that when we tested it with the thermometer, it was so moist that we thought it wasn't baked. It's perfect. Perfect. Now, this one's still warm. It feels lighter and it's thicker. Rose a little more. That one is definitely cakier. And now, for the brown sugar one. That one tasted pretty good though. My favorites are these two. The regular flour, the one in the Dutch oven I think might win, but the brown sugar is pretty good too, and the self-rising is okay, but it got a little, maybe too light, too airy. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna go downstairs and we're gonna get Mr. Harry Sue to taste his recipe. Okay? Let's go do that now. I'm gonna have a little more first. No matter what happens, you say it's good.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, I didn't realize the camera was on. Okay. Anyway, you know, before we take it down to see Harry Sue, I got myself an innocent bystander, this young lady here, and I'm gonna have her taste it. Now, I'd say taste this piece first here. Not the one I bit off of. Taste that one. That one's out of the Dutch oven. She wants to keep her wonderful figure, so she's only having a little bit. Pretty
That
good?
is good, yeah.
Okay, and guess what? She's a real southern girl too, so she knows. Okay, so that's the first one. That was the Dutch oven.
Okay.
Now try this one here with the brown sugar in it. A little more brown sugary, right? And now, the last one here, since I know you only want a little piece, don't eat more of that. Just put it right over here. Deposit it.
To him.
Give it there. Lily will take it. There you go. Okay, now, this piece right here. This one has the self-rising flour. You tell me what you think, like the consistency or whatever. A little different, huh?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Now that we had, wait. Is it good? Did you ever have my cornbread before? No. See, I'm keeping it honest. Okay, and it is good. Well, how about that one? Was that one good?
That one was good.
And was that first one good?
The first one was my favorite.
The first one was the best because you know what? It had some extra butter in there on the cast iron. Okay, now let's go have Harry Sue taste it. Hey folks, so here we are, me and Harry Sue, Pitmaster, big time Pitmaster, like TV and everything. And here he is from the crazy California country over there on the other end. Hey, we've got our SlapYoLicious cornbread that you saw me make, okay? And now, you know what comes next. Harry, you know what comes next?
No.
You know what comes next, don't you? That's right, we're gonna need to taste test it. But you know, I'm gonna have to get myself maybe an innocent bystander to get an unbiased opinion. Hey, young lady over there, get that young lady over there. Come here, young lady. Come here once. Now, this is an innocent bystander. Now tell me something. We got to keep you honest. Have you ever been on a video tasting these before?
Never.
Never. You hear that? This is an unbiased opinion. So go ahead, give one a try. Here, take a bite. Take a bite. How is it? Is it good?
It's good.
Is it moist?
It's moist.
Is it? And it's a little bit cakey, but just nice and melt in your mouth.
Cakey, but nice and melted
Right,
in my
Harry,
mouth.
why don't you try one just to make sure I did it right?
All
Here,
right,
get yourself
okay,
one
let
there.
me make sure that
Take a bite.
Freddy did well, okay?
Take a bite. Take a bite. Hey, cameraman, check that guy over there. What's he doing? Okay, come back to us now. Back on the star. Back on the star. What do you think, Mr. Harry Sue?
This is really my kind of cornbread.
Right, it is his kind of cornbread, as a matter of fact. So now you know how to make SlapYoLicious cornbread, and you go to SlapYoDaddy BBQ.com. SlapYoDaddyBBQ.com. SlapYoDaddyBBQ.com. I got it right that time. And don't forget, Fred Bernardo, the smoking guitar player from Tasty Licks Barbecue, with an innocent bystander and a professional barbecue chef, spreading barbecue happiness to the masses. We'll see you next time. Now, let it roll. Here. Try that, young lady.
Delicious.
Okay. See ya.
It would have been funny if that was
Here we have Wix's Shoe Fly Pie from Shillington, Pennsylvania. Mr. Harry Sue from all the way in crazy California. And you know what? He's going to get his first taste of real, genuine Berks County, Pennsylvania shoe fly pie.
Okay, here
Go ahead. Take a bite. Take a bite. Oh, yeah. How is it?
It's like a shoe fly pie.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Can't see it.
Hey, Harry.
the snow?
Hey, you know, it's amazing. This is my first class in the snow, and I've been cooking barbecue around the country. Had so many different classes. This is my first class ever cooking, and it's snowing. Isn't that amazing?
Right.